Good morning on a Monday morning. I hope your week is starting out well. And it's going to be a week of accomplishments with very little chaos delivered into you this week. But let's talk for a minute and let's talk about what are the barriers. That's right, the barriers to you reaching success, to you getting where you want to be in this world. What are these barriers? Because often the barriers are self inflicted. Last week I spent a few days in Phoenix, Arizona at Tommy Mello's vertical track event. And I heard some fantastic speakers do presentations there. And it was an event that was loaded with home service contractors from all kinds of home service companies. There were garage door companies, HVAC companies, plumbing companies, and the list goes on, air duct cleaners, chimney companies. It was a long list of attendees from all different walks of the home service contracting industry. And here's what I heard was various processes, various methods to get to where you want to be. But one thing is just about every one of them requires some work. It also requires some self realization. And one of the most amazing speakers there spoke on something that's very near to my heart. And it's a subject matter called communication and how your communication can move you past barriers. So often your barriers may be with your clients at times. It could be in recruiting for your company or whatever. And he talked about the way that you present information and the way you present it and being positive in how you're doing it. But see, so often as human beings, what we have is we have an interior gene within our bodies that is called the fight or flee mode. In other words, when we're in communication with someone and they say something that we don't like or it may offend us or whatever, then it activates what's called the fight or flee motive. Comedian Bill Engvall even calls this mashing his jackass button because somebody says something, we don't agree with it, and we go into a decision making process. Will we fight or will we flee from it? And that's what so often happens. I can guarantee you, if somebody questions your price on a job, a proposal that you've given, what's going to happen is there's going to be a hostility that builds up within you because you take this personal. You take it as an insult to you, your company, your abilities, or whatever. When in fact, it is so often the case of the customer did not sense your value. The customer did not trust you. There was no relationship built with that customer. And often what we've got to do is go back and review what we did. It's like I've often advised in sales classes. When you give a proposal and your customer doesn't accept it, then the question you need to ask yourself is, what did we not build in trust with this customer? What part of the relationship did we not build? And it's the same way when you interview people today. You interview people for a position within your company. What are you sharing with them? What is your speech? Are you trying to get to know that person or are you into selling your company? You see, what you've got to do is understand those that you speak with, those that you communicate with. And by understanding them and understanding the communication style that they need in order to be agreeable to you, this takes some hard work. It takes some looking inside of ourselves. So here's the whole idea of today's short presentation here, this short little video. Don't create your own walls. Don't create the system. Don't create a barrier to your success. So often, as you look at this world, people create their own barriers to success. Now, to do this, you got to come out of your comfort zone sometime and you got to take a look at yourself and how you're doing your presentation, how you're doing communication. Think about it. If you do, you may just see that this helps you move to your dream in this world. Talk to you later. Hope you have a great week, and I hope chaos doesn't strike in your midst in the coming days. Have a great